Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is inspired by our recent deep dive guide titled VA Dependency and Indemnity Compensation Explained, the Insider's Guide published August 16th of 2025. That post breaks down everything survivors need to know about the VA DIC, who's eligible, how much it pays, and how to file. I've linked it in the description and definitely check it out as a companion to today's breakdown. So let's go over DIC and what it is, who qualifies, what the rates are in 2025, how to apply, and pro tips to fast track your claim. Dependency and Indemnity Compensation, or DIC, is a tax-free monthly benefit provided by the VA to surviving spouses, children, and in some cases, parents of veterans or service members who died in the line of duty or from a service-connected injury or illness. It's a lifeline, a earned benefit designed to ease financial strain during incredibly tough times. Surviving spouses. You may qualify if you were married to the veteran and live with them continuously to death, or the separation wasn't your fault and you were married within the 15 years of discharge related to the cause of death, or married for at least 1 year or had a child together. Plus, there are remarriage exceptions. If you remarried after the age of 57, as of December 16th of 2003, or at the age of 55 as of January 5th of 2021, you can still receive DIC. Surviving children. You're eligible if you're unmarried and not included in the surviving spouse's compensation and you're under 18 or under 23 if you're attending school. Surviving parents. You may qualify if you were the veteran's biological, adoptive, or foster parent and you served in that role prior to their last entry into service, and your income is below the VA's limits. Here's what a surviving spouse may receive in 2025 if the veteran died on or after January 1st of 1993. There's a base rate of $1,653.07 per month. On top of that, you may be eligible for additional amounts. There's an 8-year provision which adds an additional $351 if the veteran has a VA disability that is totally disabling, including individual unemployability, for at least 8 continuous years before death and you were married during those years. Aid and attendance adds an additional $409 if you need help with daily living activities. Housebound adds an additional $191 if you're substantially confined to your home. Dependent children add an extra $409 per eligible child under the age of 18, and a transitional benefit of $350 for the first 2 years if you have at least one child under 18 living in your home. So here's an example of a surviving spouse with 2 children under 18, 8-year provision, aid and attendance. The base is $1,653, the 8 years plus $351, and each child is $409. And aid and attendance is $409 as well, plus the transitional $350. So for the first 2 years, that's $3,582, and after that is $3,232. Ready to apply? Use the correct VA form based on your status. Surviving spouse or children of someone who died on active duty, that's VA Form 21P-534A. Surviving spouse or child of a veteran, that's VA Form 21P-534 Easy. And surviving parents, that's VA Form 21P-535. Submit those applications via accredited VSOs or VA raters online at va.gov, or mail it to the Pension Intake Center in Janesville, Wisconsin, or in person at your local VA regional office. Evidence you'll need. You'll need to provide certain evidence depending on your type of DIC claim. Common items include the veteran's DD-214, service records, death certificate, marriage certificate or proof of child, VA rating decisions if you're relying on total disability, medical records linking death to the service connected conditions, and for aid and attendance or housebound, that's VA Form 21 2680 and 21 0779 if you're in a nursing facility. And if you can't file right away, submit an intent to file to lock in your effective date and preserve those retroactive payments. Here are some pro tips and some common pitfalls that we see veterans suffer with all the time. Submit complete evidence. No one's got time for delays or denials. Missing documents are the number one cause and reasons that all claims stall. Reapply or ask for a reevaluation if your claim is denied under the PACT Act related exposures, like a toxic burn pit or Agent Orange conditions. Avoid common mistakes like incomplete forms, wrong dates, insufficient documentation, and letting deadlines slip. Appeals matter. So if you receive a denial, you can appeal. Paths include submitting supplemental claims or appealing to the Board of Veterans Appeals. Well, that's a wrap up for our guide on the VA Dependency and Indemnity Compensation, your lifeline when a loved one's service leaves a void. Please check the description and the full link to the VA Claims Insider post titled VA Dependency and Indemnity Compensation Explained, the Insider's Guide. Trust me, it's dense with details and strategies to get you results faster. If this video was educational, do me a favor. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next breakdown. And drop a comment if you have questions or want tips on other veterans' benefits and topics. From one veteran to another, you're not alone. We've got your six. I'm Terrell. This is VA Claims Insider. And as always, thank you for serving with honor.
This business is not sponsored by or affiliated with the United States Department of Veterans Affairs or your state's Department of Military and Veterans Affairs or any other federally chartered veterans service organization. Other organizations, including but not limited to your state's Department of Military and Veterans Affairs, a local veteran service organization, and other federally chartered veteran service organizations provide this service free of charge. You may qualify for other veterans benefit services outside the scope of what this business offers. All disability claims for increased ratings are processed by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs. This business cannot expedite the processing of your claim by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs.